Welcome to the yourcollection.com demonstration video. This is the demonstration of how to resize images. We are on the home page, we've logged in. If we come across to more links, we can see image resizer as an option. Left click and we're taken to the image resizer page. Left click on download image resizer and it's downloaded. We go to the download page and there it is, resizer. Double click to open it and extract that to your own folder, which I'm going to make on the home page, and simply call it resizer and paste it into there. And there we go. Now we choose that little emblem there, which is a pot of paints and colouring crayons. Double click and resizer is open. I'm just going to close the background. We're presented with the screen that we have in front of us now. We've got number 1, which is files, number 2, which is size, 3 is output, and 4 is the action of resizing. So it opens at files. What we need to do is add files. It automatically has a tick in the determine image resolution. Says it runs slower, don't worry about that, leave it ticked. And then we add the files that we want to reduce in size. Now we need to search for the files. I've already taken some photographs, they're on the desktop and they are in your collection images. And there we have 4 images that we need to resize. I could have chosen folder, and we'll look at that later. I'll do a Control A to highlight all those, open those. As you see there, it says add folder. I could have chosen that and then it would have found all those images inside, I should say. Now we choose size. I find that if we make the largest size or largest side fit this amount of pixels and choose 2000, we're going to be somewhere around 500 kilobytes. And we leave everything else set to its present setting. Don't bother with the resize JPEGs, colorize, leave everything as it is. Output, we need to choose a file to save these in. It's defaulted to desktop, so we'll have a little browse and we'll put them back in to the Your Collection images. So we'll choose that and we'll choose OK. Now what it's asking me for is file name. I don't want to keep the file name of the source files. I want to generate incremental file names of all of those. The prefix is what you choose to call it. Because these are Beatles or the Beatles related images, I'm going to call it Beatles, and I'll let it number it from 1 to as far as we get. The appendix, if you added a number or a name in there, it would end at that. So for instance, the 4 images would, if I put an appendix there and called it Beatles again, then it would be Beatles 1 Beatles, Beatles 2 Beatles, Beatles 3 Beatles, etc. So I generally don't bother with that. We don't change the compression ratio, we leave everything as it is, and that's it, we're pretty much done. We then click on resize and let the system or let the software resize the images. It lets you know on the progress bar how it's doing, and it tells you in text how it's doing inside the text box. It's done 3 of the images and now it's completed. So we can close that now. We can go into Your Collection images and there we have the names Beatles 1, Beatles 2, Beatles 3, Beatles 4. Let's view by details and we see that we still have 3 of the images slightly larger. So what we can do is we can go back into resizer we can add files again, and we'll choose this time the resized files, and we'll highlight these one by one. Open. Now the size 2000 didn't work. It won't make them any smaller than they already are. In terms of if the one side is already 2000, it would stay at 2000. But what we're going to do is we're going to reduce that to 1700, and we're now going to go to output. Now this time we want to keep the file names. We've done our names, we've done Beatles 1, 2, 3 and 4. We'll keep them as they are. So now we'll resize again. And we see the progress. It's done 2, 3 and now it's done 4. We'll just, I like to close it. You don't have to do that, you could minimize if you wanted. Let's have a look this time. Oh, 2 of them ever so slightly over. So that's Beatles 1, Beatles 2. Don't normally have to do it 3 times, but unfortunately we'll have to do it in this instance. I normally get it right on the second attempt. Add those files. Beatles 1, Beatles 2, and this time we'll go for 1650 because we're not far away. And output, we'll keep the file names and we'll press resize, and away it goes. Bear in mind if you have different images, for instance there I've got an image of a Toby jug. I could have called that Toby and I would have just chosen the images of the Toby jug, and they could be numbered 1, 2 and 3, so you'd have to do it several times. It's not a problem, it's fairly simple software and it's fairly quick. So we've done our resizing, close that again, go in there. Oh, look at that, 505k. Right, one last time. Minimize that into resizer, and we'll add the file, and it was Beatles 1. We'll open that, and you see the resolution there, 1155 by 1650. We'll resize that down to 1600. This time it will work. Go on to output, it'll leave the name as it stands, press resize, and away it goes. Close that, back into there, and there we have it. Beatles 1, Beatles 2, Beatles 3, Beatles 4, all below 500 kilobytes, all ready to be uploaded. If we try to upload those images and they're larger, and we upload them to yourcollection.com, you will get a warning. It will tell you that they're oversized. Just simply open resizer, resize them, and try again. Thank you very much.